Hi, I'm Jason. On behalf of BIC Group, an independent American brokerage company, I'd like to welcome you here today. My friends at ExpertOption recently requested an open options trading webinar be hosted for their clients. So today, we'll be not only discussing options trading, but also how to trade using signals, plus the risks involved in trading without sufficient training and knowledge. I'd also like to add that this webinar is only the first in a wider series on trading. My colleagues from ExpertOption will invite a selection of speakers to conduct new webinars and live trading sessions, so please be sure to subscribe to the channel so as not to miss out. So let's begin. And for those of you who aren't familiar with options, we'll cover everything you need to know. And for those of you who are, well, we'll provide an opportunity to refresh your knowledge. By the way, please ask any questions you like in the chat and we'll answer them whenever possible. Now, simply put, an option is a contract that gives a buyer the right, but not an obligation, to buy or sell a specified asset at a specific price or by a specified date. Like stocks or bonds, an option is a security. Now, you're probably thinking, well, if multinational companies sell stocks and bonds, why trade options? Why choose options above the various investment opportunities on offer? Well, stocks and bonds are, of course, great earning tools, absolutely. But are you willing to wait for a year or two to see a return? Consider if a global financial crisis occurs, as it has in 2008 or 2020. All could be lost. Are you willing to take such a risk? If so, of course, it's worth trading stocks. However, if you need a good profit by tomorrow or within an hour, you'll need a more volatile instrument, which is where options comes into the picture. Let's talk about volatility. Primarily, it's a statistical indicator that characterizes a clear trend of frequent, unpredictable price movements. For example, if the price of Apple stock changes from $100 to $150 in 2 to 3 months, this indicates low volatility. While an option for an Apple share can change from $100 to $150 in a matter of minutes, indicating high volatility. Now, therefore, the first of many advantages offered by options trading is the rapid and frequent changes in an asset's price. The second is the convenient expiration times of trading options. That is the period for which your forecast for growth or decline will be fulfilled. Now, on the ExpertOption platform, you can trade over a 1 to 5 minute time frame. You yourself can choose the time frame you wish to trade. So what's the fuss? Let me explain. This is an important point. So let's make sure everything is crystal clear. The choice of the option expiration time can significantly affect the direction of the chart movement during trading. For example, on a 1 minute time frame, there may be a downward time correction, and at the same time, the general trend will be growing on the same instrument at the 5 minute time frame. Now, this is important to remember and keep in mind, as this knowledge will come in handy when trading with signals. Now, don't forget that you can write questions, please, in the chat, and we'll answer them when we can. Now, let's turn our attention to trading signals. What are trading signals? Well, as the name implies, these are tips that appear during trading. How do they appear? How do they change? Well, a special automatic algorithm calculates the up or down movements in the market. Now, depending on this, a signal is assigned its own indicator, which shows the strength of a trend. On a scale of 1 to 3, where 1 arrow up or down indicates a weak movement, and 3 arrows a strong upwards or downwards trend, depending on the direction of the arrow. Now, it's important to understand that a trading signal is only a hint of a likely movement. The trading signal shows the general trend but does not predict the future. Now, many novice traders perceive trading signals as a magic wand and trade only on signals, risking the loss of their money. So let's reiterate. Trading signals are an indicator of the possible movement of an instrument up or down, but it's not necessarily 100% correct. Trading signals should be used as an additional aid in trading, but not as a primary indicator for decision making while trading. So let's see how it works during real trading with different instruments. So I'll begin on a real account because I've already had a lot of experience in making money with options. I remind you again to please ask any questions in the chat and I'll answer them whenever possible. Now, on the right hand side of the screen, you can see the deals, trends and social buttons. We're going to click on the trends button. And on this tab, you'll be able to see all available signals for the 1, 2 and 5 minute time frames. So what we're going to do is we're going to choose a 2 minute time frame. By the way, if you want to select another asset, you can do it directly from the trends list. Just click on whichever asset you'd like to change to. Now, from my experience, I'd recommend choosing the strongest trend, which is identified by 3 arrows, up or down, and the largest time frame, it's 5 minutes. In this case, the probability that the signal will give a correct forecast is higher, but today it's all about learning. So let's try a few different options. I'll briefly clarify a few common terms before we continue. And these are both put and call options available at ExpertOption. These are marked by a green and red button, respectively. The call option gives the acquirer the right to purchase an asset at a specified price over a set time period. This is similar to a long position in stocks. The buyer of the call hopes that the value of the stock will rise markedly before the option expires. And the put option works in reverse, providing the holder the right to sell his or her asset at a specified price over a set period of time. Now, a put is similar to a short position. In such cases, the buyer hopes that the share price will fall before the option expires. So what does this mean? Well, for example, we chose gold with a trading signal depicting 3 upward arrows. This means that we'll buy call options in the hope that by expiration in the 2 minutes selected, our asset will grow. Now note, trends change quickly because, as we said earlier, the options market is very volatile. Therefore, keep an eye on the trend section so as not to go against the market. If you see that the trend has changed from growth to decline, quickly change your strategy and buy put options. Right, so we're choosing a 2-minute time frame, and let's see if we have a strong upward signal. Australia dollars, US dollars maybe? No, already downward. Let's check the assets list. Okay, Euro and Swiss franc gets downward again. You see, signals might be strong and work for a few minutes, but can expire in seconds too. Let's check British pounds, Swiss franc now. Let's see. Okay. Got that going. All right, we're scrolling through. We'll see. Okay, there's Ethereum. Let's see. Okay, Great British pounds, franc. Okay. All right, that's good. Downward. Alrighty, great. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. Let's give that a bash. Let's click apply. Okay, 3 upward arrows. Let's just try over the 2 minutes. You can just see that graph. It's quite mesmerizing watching that graph all the time. And just watch it all day. Alrighty. You can see it's nice and up and coming. Okay, so let's just see what else here. Still upward arrow, which is great. Okay, well let's try to catch the price on a lower level, so there'll be enough space to grow. Let's buy some and some more. Okay, so for the asset we've chosen, there is a signal with 3 up arrows, which means a confident upward trend. Therefore, we know that there is a bullish sentiment and should buy call options. Now, always check the signal even when you've already bought something. So our trend is already downward, showing 3 downward arrows. So let's risk a little and buy call options anyway. Why not? And let's wait for the expiration. There we are. Okay, well let's wait for the expiration. Okay, the signal's still red. Now I hope we're going to get lucky today. Oh, unbelievable, it's up again. You see how quickly it can change. It's amazing. Huh. Wow, that's brilliant. Okay, so we got lucky. $510 profit for our first deal this webinar. Very nice. It seems like our average price was lower than the expiration price, and that's why we've got this much profit. So what's next? Well, let's try to make several short trades, but with a different instrument, shall we? We'll see that. It's very interesting. You can actually even see the trade result there with a screenshot. I like that. That's amazing how it dropped and went up again. And you can see the graph is still going on in the background as well, so you're not going to lose out on that. I'll tell you what, let me just take a screenshot of this before I close it. Let's show the profit that I've made for myself. Yes. Once again, please don't forget to ask any questions in the chat, and we'll answer them either online now or later on in the comments. So let's go buy some put options, and let's choose a 1 minute interval and the strongest downward trend. Now let me remind you that the strongest downtrend is displayed using 3 red down arrows. Let's just see what we've got. Let's see, 3 down arrows. Okay. All right, let's use euros, Australian dollars, and buy put options, the so-called short play. Okay. Before buying, of course, just make sure to check the signal, and the trend should be downwards. Okay, well, US Wall Street 30 index asset is a downward trend now, so we're going to choose that. Okay, we click the red button to buy put. And another important thing to note, as you can see on all online assets, the platform shows other traders' deals. You can focus on them, but more about that in the next video. There are several deals currently ongoing, so let's wait for the expiration in just over 20 seconds. Okay. All right, another 15 seconds to go. These are exciting times. Love about options trading. You never know how it's going to go, and you only have to wait a couple of minutes to see what happens. Okay, so expiration is nearing. We're nearly there. Okay, so you see the signal turned off? Well, that means that the algorithm cannot determine the exact movement of the market at the moment, which is very interesting. Okay, let's see what happens next. Let's see, flat line. Come on. Okay, wow. Last second of expiration at 4 is unbelievable. We're doing so great today. Oh man, keep trading. We just made $1,092 of profit. That's 2 times bigger than the first one, twice. Wow, incredible. Let's take another screenshot. All right, let's try this again. Since we've been lucky with increasing rates today, we'll try buying call options once again. Let's see what we've got here. That's fantastic. All right, this time, let's try to trade silver with a 2-minute expiry time. Now, what should we do before buying? Yeah, that's right. We've got to check the signals, the latest signals. The trend is still growing. Let's try. On a side note, as you can see, every ExpertOption asset is traded quite actively. This can be seen from the traders' icons on the chart displaying open deals. Now, there are several bids on the rise and fall. We're going to just wait for the outcome. Okay, good levels to buy. Yeah, let's buy some. Yeah. Good. So you can see that the trading signals changed. Now it's risky to buy call options. You can buy some put options, but we're not going to mix our trades this time. Some patience, as they say. No, they say patience is a virtue. That's what they say. Yeah, we will have some patience. Let's take a look. Okay. All right. So you can, so you can see it's still a downward signal. Oi, and it's nearing the end of the expiry time. Oof. Come on. Wait, okay, so now the signal's turned off again. Now I hope our average price will help us during the expiration. And again, we wait. Come on. Can it go up? Yes, it's gone up. Fantastic, good. A bit more, please. A bit more. Yes, so the signal's showing an upward trend, which is good. Let's go up. Whoa. That was tough. We nearly lost it all, but that's a cool experience. Okay, a small screenshot for me. Right, incredible. Wow. $268. I mean, we've been very lucky with call options today, and the trading signal worked not that well, but we still made some profit. $268. I mean, it's better than nothing, you know? Wow. Huh. Oh, it's like I need a breather here. All right. Let's do it. One last shot. Let's give it one last time. And we're going to do it with a 1 minute time frame this time. And let's see what we've got. Let's see. Let's scroll through. Let's see. New Zealand dollar, US dollars, upward trend. Okay, cash, euro. What else we got? Bitcoin, euro. Okay, what? Let's see. Okay. Oz dollar, US dollar. Cool. Down with it. Yeah. Okay. Oz dollar, US dollar. Let's do that. Oh, let's click apply. Okay. So the trading signal just turned off already, just like that. So let's go to somewhere else. Let's do US dollar, Swiss franc. How should we do that? Okay. Oh, we finally got the downward signal for Oz dollar, US dollar. Things change so quickly. It's frightening, but exciting. All right, let's buy some call options, shall we? Yeah, let's buy some call options. And some more. Wow. Okay, we've got a good, strong downward trend here. Some more. Let's higher the price. More profit we get if we're going to be betting on a downward trend, that's for sure. Let's see. Yeah. And okay, so second, before the expiration signal changed. Now it seems like we can have a really bad ending of this webinar, guys. No. Yeah, thank goodness. Jeez. Come on. We're looking for the downward trend. Done. Okay, downward trend again. Thank goodness. Wow. Come on, keep it down, keep it down. That's what we've done. That's what we've bet, what we've traded on. Oh, whew. We did it. $708 of profit on our last trade today. Wow, that's an amazing. Wow. It's a really good day to trade. Another screenshot for me. It's amazing. So look, I think we made some really good deals today. And today we learned the difference between put and call options. We can see how you can make money quickly, and importantly, how you can quickly lose your money when trading options. Perhaps it hasn't been the smoothest day of trading, but nevertheless, we are leaving with a win, albeit a relatively small one, but still it's a positive outcome, isn't it? Be sure not to miss out on the next edition of our joint webinars featured on the channel. So please subscribe, like, and of course, comment. Leave us your comments and your questions, and use the link in this video to register your account and try yourself. Try your hand at real trading. Now remember, trading is profitable, but only if you're constantly learning. Now, there is no easy money. It is a constant job. Now, this has been an incredible webinar. I'm Jason, and thank you again for your attention and your time. It's been an absolute pleasure. Have a great day, and see you soon.